What's up, guys? Dr. Uz here from the Dr. Uz Talks YouTube channel. A little bit bleary-eyed this morning, but I wanted to talk to you guys today about Dubai. Now, what we do on this channel is we take kind of things that are in the news or things that are on my reels that seem to pop up, and we just start to talk about them. And Dubai has been a lot on social media there recently because a lot of people, they want to move to Dubai, right? And a lot of people are like, the UK is cooked, man. The UK is cooked. We need to move to Dubai. UK's finished. I'm going to do a video about this at some point because the UK ain't cooked, man. But you know, let's do a video first about Dubai. I am predicting that in the next few years, so I reckon by 2028, we're going to get a load of social media videos about people who have gone to Dubai and thought that it was going to be some kind of paradise place to kind of go to, and it's not all it's cracked up to be, and are coming back to the UK and now are saying like how they loved Dubai but they wanted to come back to the UK for whatever reason, and they prefer the UK for all its flaws or whatever. And yeah, that's my prediction. It's already happening. If you look over social media, you already get people with their regret videos. And you know, this is not to kick down Dubai. This is basically to say that, look, don't think of Dubai as this kind of paradise that you can basically go to and everything's handed there to you on a platter. You're not going to pay any tax. You're going to live this amazing life, etc., etc. It's a very different thing when you move to a place there for work compared to where you go to somewhere for a holiday, right? And a lot of people don't realize when they go to a lot of these places that they're going to have to work there, and the dynamic is very, very different. And what they do is they just like carte blanche, literally just go move their whole families or move themselves there to a place, and it's like, all right, I'm starting here from scratch. No trial period, no nothing. Just literally just like, let's just go over there and do whatever. So why do I think it's a bad idea? Okay, well, let's talk about the first thing. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Dubai is a mainly service industry based country, right? For people who want to move from these countries to another country, right? And what I mean by that is, in this country, in the UK, we got plumbers, we got and plumbing is considered a good job. Plumbing, electricians, builders, carpenters, etc., etc. People who own small business, small shops, all that kind of stuff. In Dubai, you get none of that, right? Because what it is those jobs are considered menial. They're considered not good jobs to have, and those jobs are done by people who are mainly poor immigrants to the country from the Asian subcontinent. And if you want something done in your house, you're going to get some person like that to come and do it, right? You're going to get some poor person to basically come over and do that. So if you're in the UK and you're like, you know what, I've learned a trade or whatever, why the hell are you going over to Dubai, right? None of those skills that you gained are going to be useful over in Dubai, okay? And that leads me on to the second point. The second point is because everything is in the service industry in Dubai, right? And the people that they're trying to bring over to Dubai are people who are getting employed within those service industries. Because of that, nobody has any disposable income. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay, so in the UK, I'm going to do another video about this another time. In the UK, you have a generation of people who were quite lucky with the way that, you know, housing expenses were, how they could save money, how they could live their lives, etc. And because of that, they have a lot of money in savings, they have a lot of money in property, they have a lot of money in investments, pensions, etc., etc. Okay. In Dubai, you don't have that. Pretty much everybody in Dubai, apart from the Emiratis, right, are people coming over to Dubai are people who are employed within industries. Those people don't have savings, they don't have property investments, they basically are earning money, and that money is going to be spending money, right? So what I mean by that is, if you lose your job, you're not going to have any spending money, right? It's not like you are a retired person. People who are retired don't move over to Dubai. They go to the Costa del Sol, or they go to Turkey, or they go to Greece, or whatever. People who are retired don't move over there. People who are moving over there are people who are moving there, economic migrants, basically, for, you know, who have got a job or a position in a certain company, etc., and have decided, right, you know what, we're going to go and earn money in this country that we pay very little tax for, right? So because of that, everything relies on this one group of people that also rely on the businesses that they work for surviving. So all of it is in this small ecosystem that is all joined together, that unless you are spending in those service industries, right, and somebody else who works in those service industries is spending in your service industry, the whole thing can collapse. Okay. And it's designed in a particular way that, you know, there is some kind of protection for Emiratis. And recently they had this where they had a whole load of Emiratis who had spent crazy amount of money on their credit cards. And the you know, the ruler of Dubai basically paid money to all these people who had you know, who had paid crazy amount on their credit cards and cancelled all their debt. That ain't gonna happen to you if you come from the UK, right? Pretty much all of your money is going to be spent based on your job. If your job is successful, great. If your job is not successful, and that's based on more and more people coming and using the service industry, you're in deep trouble. And from that comes the fact that the reason why it's like that is because there's not much to do in Dubai. Okay, now I know this sounds weird because you're probably looking and thinking, wait a second, I can go to the beach, I can go to the restaurant, I can do this, I can do that, etc. Okay, so the one thing about Dubai is everything is based on you spending money to do something. Okay, you have to go. It's like, oh, I got to go to the restaurant. I got to go to, you know, I got to go and spend money on any kind of service, right? And it's basically like all of it is about experiences. All of it is about you doing something on a regular basis to pump money into this ecosystem, right? And because of that, you end up in a position where it's like you have to continuously spend money, right, to do anything in that country. If you want to, you know, there's so much talk about, oh yeah, there's this mall, there's that mall, there's this ski slope, there's this diving thing. All this stuff costs money, man. All this kind of stuff to do something costs money. And the reason why, and this leads on to my next point, is the weather. Okay. Now we complain about the weather in the UK because we actually get weather, right? We actually get weather in Dubai, in the UK. And what I mean by that is we have seasons. Okay. So we have summer, we have winter, we have spring, we got autumn or fall for you American people, right? And because of that, each thing has its own characteristic kind of time, right? Each thing has its own characteristic little kind of things that you can do within those periods of time. Dubai, in effect, really has one season, apart from in the summer where it just goes insanely hot, right? And you will see, keep an eye out there now, go to any kind of mall or anywhere in the town that I live in the summer, there are tons of Arabs who come there, right? And we, you know, it's not like a major town in the UK, but tons of Arabs who are coming from the summer, too hot, come over here. And in the UK, in the summertime, right, loads of stuff to do, man. Even in the winter time, like, you know, as long as it's not raining. Obviously it rains quite a lot here, which is why we get so happy when it's not kind of raining, right? You can go for a walk in the park, you can go chill in your garden, you can go you know, you can go down to the shop, whatever. In Dubai, all of that is a mission. Everything has to be done by car. Everything has to be done by you making a huge effort to go and do something, because nothing is nearby, right? And increasingly nothing is free, right? You know, when you go to, you might be thinking, oh, I'll go down to the beach today. Okay, that's fine. But now increasingly more and more of these beaches are being closed off for exclusive use of people who live in those particular areas or resorts or whatever. So you can't just go and pop down there. You're going to go in 40-degree heat to some random park outside. Nah. everything there is done at nighttime. Literally everything is done at nighttime. And what happens at nighttime? Well, you ain't going to be chilling somewhere. You're going to be spending money on something, right? Everything involved there involves, let me go and spend money on something. The whole economy is based on that, right? You know, you don't have this thing where some country is so rich that they're just going to go and hand out money to people. Nah, basically it has to make money somewhere. And how is it making money? Well, it's diversifying its economy into a way to get people to come in to work in these service industries, to sell to each other all the time, and then they take a cut from it, right? You know, even just now, I know I'm going to get in the comments, oh, why are you hating on Dubai, man? You know, are you talking about gardens? Nobody has gardens in the UK. Nobody has gardens in Dubai, mate. You know what I mean? Well, you know, in Dubai, like, you know, I've got family members who basically live out there, right? And they're loaded, like stupidly loaded, okay? And they're in certain types of industries that have been there since like the 80s, okay? And they live in houses that now are like $1.42 million worth houses, right? They got gardens. Everybody else lives in a flat, lives in an apartment, okay? Don't come and tell me that, oh yeah, you know, there ain't no chilling in your garden in the UK because of crap weather, but you can chill in your garden in Dubai. Nah, you can't, mate. You ain't chilling in no 40 degrees weather in in Dubai in your $2 million house if you're coming from the UK. You're going to be living in a small flat, right? Because they've told you that living in this flat, there's this amenity, this gym, this, you know, that you can basically go and live in. And you're going to be spending money every single day to do something, right? And I mean, literally, like, you're not going to be like, oh, let me just go and walk, have a walk around. There ain't no walking around in Dubai unless it's at nighttime, okay? Because it's too freaking hot, right? Go and try and walk around Dubai in the summertime. Just go for a little walk, okay? Firstly, you're going to get all the dust from the road because it's not like, oh, I can just walk from one bit to a little bit. There's a little park here. Let me check. Nah. You're basically going to be walking along main roads, dust everywhere, whatever, right? And then afterwards, like, oh, okay, I'm just dripping in sweat because it's just so crazy hot, etc. You know, it's not all it's cracked up to be in terms of how amazing it is, right? This ain't Australia. This isn't a place where you can just go like, oh, let me just pop down the beach and do this and do whatever free activities. Nah. Every single activity is a paid for activity in Dubai, okay? And now I've said that, go and look at these reels of people who are constantly saying, look how great, this is amazing. You can do this, you can do that, blah, blah, right? Look at those people and look at what they're doing. They're going in their Porsches that they're bought on credit, right? Because everything's on credit there. Literally everything is on credit in Dubai. Porsches that they're bought on credit, driving around, of course, yeah, that costs money, doesn't it, right? You know, going and saying, we've gone to this restaurant, we've gone to this place, we've gone to that place, blah, blah. Nobody's being like, oh, you know what, we can... just went to go chill, you know, just went to go walk my dog in the park, just went to go do this. No, nobody's doing that, man. Everybody is doing things that cost crazy amount of money, and unless you're willing to say, oh, I'm gonna spend crazy amounts of money all the time, you ain't gonna have a good life in Dubai, right? That's just the plain facts of it. So anyway, guys, like I'm saying, I'm not hating on Dubai. What I'm just saying is that don't expect to go to a place which is so-called a 0% tax heaven, right? And at the same time, think that everything else is going to be, you know, sunshine and rainbows, because it ain't. No places like that on the entire planet. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. You can leave some comments down there below. I'm not expecting anything particularly nice in these comments, man. But yeah, I'll see you again next time.